The story begins with showing a desert where recently a mysterious military plane had crashed. American soldiers also arrived there to investigate what had happened. The leader of those officers was named Lacombe, who was interrogating everyone. An old man living in the same village tells them that something glowing had fallen down at night, causing all this chaos. When the other soldiers go to see the military plane, they realize that it had disappeared during World War II. Finally, everyone wonders how all this could have happened here. It's surprising that the plane was in very good condition and still operational. Now, they show us an Air Force control center where a man was commanding his soldiers on radar. Just then, one employee informed his military officer, who was flying a helicopter, that there was an unknown object behind him, continuously approaching them. The soldiers were responding that they couldn't see any such thing. Their radar signals were continuously receiving that the object was coming near the helicopter. And suddenly, at a very high speed, that unknown object moves away from the helicopter. Everyone in the control center was a little scared. Therefore, they asked the soldier what had happened there. Only then did those soldiers tell that something glowing had come out from in front of us, which we couldn't see properly, and now it had suddenly disappeared into the sky. The soldiers guessed that it must be some flying object that was completely unfamiliar to our world. Here, a boy named Barry is shown who is sleeping peacefully. Suddenly, there is a commotion in Barry's house. Things made of iron started shaking, and electronic devices were going out of control. When Barry woke up and went inside to see, a lot of things were coming out of the fridge. As someone had stolen here, Barry's remote-controlled toys also started moving automatically. But Barry was smiling, looking elsewhere. Due to so much noise, Barry's mother Jaren woke up and started going to her son's room. Just then, Jaren suddenly sees her son running towards the jungle, following someone unknown. Jaren immediately runs to catch her son. Now we are shown a man named Roy with the same face who used to live happily with his wife and children. But suddenly, Roy receives a call from his company informing him that there is going to be a power outage, meaning the entire city's electricity will go off at once. So you quickly come to the company and fix it. Within a few minutes, the city's electricity started disappearing suddenly. Roy couldn't understand how the light went out, so now he leaves his family to stay at home and goes towards his company. On the way, when he was looking ahead to move forward, he suddenly sees some light from behind his car. Without looking, Roy guesses that maybe a car is coming from behind wanting to go ahead, so Roy now places his car on the side and starts showing his hand to go ahead. But now that light which was behind Roy's car starts flying in the air. That is, it was not a car, but it was the spaceship of the aliens. Due to the brightness of their spaceship, Roy couldn't see them at all. But he realizes that it must have come from the interstellar world to Earth. Now the spaceship of the aliens starts traveling continuously ahead. Roy had to find out about all these things, so he also starts following him. Although Roy was a very good driver, the speed of the spaceship was so much that he could not even beat it. Now, while driving his car at very high speed, a child comes in front of him, who is no one else but Barry. Before the collision, Barry's mother immediately comes and saves him. Roy had also braked at the right time. When Roy gets off, there are many other people there who are running to save their lives. But Jaren does not know anything about all these things. She was just saving her son. Then suddenly, 3 flying asteroids fly past Roy and the rest of the people at a very high speed, and behind those flying asteroids, a red-colored light was flashing. The police also continuously try to catch those aliens of the spaceship. When Roy saw all these things, he couldn't stop himself. He immediately takes out his car and starts chasing the spaceship. One of the police cars unintentionally fell down into a gorge, and now the 3 spaceships along with the red lights also disappear far away into the air. Roy, along with the other police officers, stopped there because they couldn't move forward. The spaceship somehow disappeared into the clouds in an odd way and started emitting strange colors. Roy had never seen such a scene, even in his dreams. He returns with his family members to show all these things. But so far, no one had any idea how dangerous these aliens could be. Now we are shown a team of many researchers in the desert who had received some strange news. As soon as they reached the desert and saw there was a very large ship of water between the deserts, which somehow came between the desert. All the researchers were completely shocked that it could not be possible. But somewhere, it seemed that all these things were done by those dangerous aliens. Now, while traveling, the team directly reaches India because they had come to know that strange sounds were coming from the sky at a place in India. Therefore, when the team of Lackham reached that place in India, in reality, they were hearing strange sounds from the sky. These sounds were decreasing and increasing from time to time, as if someone was trying to talk to them. But the team had made a very good report of all those sounds. On the basis of the research, they had drawn a conclusion. Lackham was now giving a speech in front of his senior government officers that his team has got samples of many sounds spread by aliens, so we have understood them by decoding them. All government officers were given a book in which strange types of signs were made, which were helping the bungos to talk, so that each sign connected to the team with those voices. They kept playing every voice and telling symbols, so that their communication could be done with aliens. Now we are shown Roy, who is standing with his family and many other people to see the alien spaceship in the sky, although Roy's children were very scared. But Roy kept saying that aliens would not do anything to us. Roy's son did not know why he was making a rock like a rock with the help of the ground, which he may have seen in his dream. Roy did not pay much attention to all these things, but now at the next moment, that dangerous alien spaceship started passing continuously in the sky. Now, even military helicopters start doing their work, because their wings were rotating so much that a lot of air was running as much as the people standing below. They were saving their lives by running away from there. Lackham and his team were being shown here, who were sending messages towards the sky by using the same language. They were sending a reply within a few time, which were some types of coordinates. When Lackham asked his team to match all these coordinates with Earth to sea, then finally, they found a spot. So after matching all the coordinates, they came to know the location of the Wyoming place. Therefore, Black Com's team decided that they would go to Wyoming and check what secret lies there. Now we are shown Jaren, who was making some type of painting, which was like the same mountain-like painting that Roy's son had made. Now how all these things are related to aliens, we will know in a short time. Jaren was about to throw all those drawings into the trash can, but within a short time, there was a lot of light shining rapidly in the sky. Jaren, after seeing this strange thing, immediately went to her son Bari. Bari was saying that it is a toy, but it was not a toy, but an alien spaceship that was constantly coming down. When the spaceship came down, a lot of light spread around the house from all four sides. Jaren quickly took her son Bari inside the house so that both of them could be safe. But now suddenly all the electronic items of the house go out of control and start causing destruction all around. Jaren could not understand at all what was happening here, but her son Bari, despite refusing, goes out from the small part of the door. Even after catching Jaren, his son did not agree and he went out. A little later, all these things suddenly become silent. Jaren immediately ran out to take her son Bari inside. By then, maybe a long time had passed. All those alien spaces carried Bari with them and left. Now here we are shown a conference of the American government where everyone was keeping their point that finally, what should be done about these alien spaceships. Then the governor took everyone on a flying taser that all these things that you are calling alien spaceships are not spaceships but photos of some type of plate. The governor was now showing photos of alien spaceships, saying that this is not a spaceship, but a photo of a plate from which some dangerous organization wants to stir us by naming aliens. Actually, The point was that the governor knew that those alien spaceships are not, but the governor did not want to awaken the feeling among the people, due to which there could be an atmosphere of riot between them. Now we are shown the team of America's top researchers who were deployed at the place where dialogue could be held with aliens. They believed that if they could communicate with aliens, they would take all of them to their planet. So all these capable researchers and astronauts would go on their mission to learn more about aliens. Therefore, according to the coordinates provided by the aliens, all these people started going there. Their perfect location was named Devil Mountain, and there they have to communicate with aliens. Now here, Roy, for some reason, had been behaving very strangely for a few days. He started making a mountain-like structure with the help of his food, which his son had tried to make some time ago. Seeing all this, Roy's wife became a little worried about what had happened to him. But Roy did not seem to understand anything. For doing all these things, Roy started putting all the belongings and soil of the entire garden inside the house. Seeing Roy's behavior, the neighbors were coming out. His wife kept refusing, but Roy did not understand anything. Once he had locked himself in the bathroom, screaming loudly, and even when he was continuously saying no, he had to break the door to see Roy inside the bathroom, pouring water on himself and screaming loudly. After that, his wife began to feel that her husband had gone completely crazy, but still, she gave him a little time to be okay. But Roy did not believe that he had started filling the entire soil inside the house again the next day. Roy's wife did not want her husband to harm the children. Therefore, she was angry with Roy's behavior and took the children and left from there. Roy was alone now, who was making a mountain by using the collected soil inside the house. This was the same mountain that Roy was constantly seeing visions of. He had built a long mountain. But now he cuts the mountain in the middle, and now seeing the structure, some thoughts were coming to Roy's mind. Meanwhile, the news was on where it was being told that all capable officers had now reached Devil Mountain. "That's why I can't endanger innocent lives," General ordered Lackham. "Bring back all the people here with the help of helicopters and return to the city." Therefore, now Roy, Jaren, and everyone else started being taken away from here by helicopter. Everyone knew that poisonous gases were spread all around Devil Mountain. Now, Roy gathered the courage and removed his gas mask. Upon checking, he realized that there was no poisonous gas around. Seeing Roy, Jaren also took off his mask, and now everyone knew that perhaps they had been lied to about poisonous gases being spread here. Roy, now with Jaren, started running towards Devil Mountain immediately after getting off the helicopter. Another big man joined them. When General found out about this, he immediately commanded his soldiers to go over Devil Mountain and quickly catch all three. It seemed that the government was conducting a dangerous experiment and wanted to hide it from the people. All the soldiers spread out around Roy and Jaren to find them. Now they were commanded to spread sleeping gases around Devil Mountain so that all three could sleep. Military helicopters spread sleeping gases all around Devil Mountain. Now, Roy and Jaren went to the other side of the mountain, saving them in any situation. Roy and Jaren showed that the government's very big military base was shown, which was looking very advanced. This was the place where Lackham and the rest of his team would talk to aliens. They were sending signals towards the sky continuously. Within a few hours, several alien spaceships had come in the sky, whose red light was being turned on. Now slowly, the three spaceships were coming closer to the command base. Lackham had researched with his team how to create communication symbols, so he was signaling the aliens accordingly, and his team was making the same sound from behind. The spaceships of all three aliens were responding according to the answer, after hearing which, Lackham had sat down satisfied that these aliens were not attacking us. In the next moment, those three spaceships went towards the sky and disappeared. Roy asks Jaren to stop there and starts moving forward to check. Suddenly, many clouds began to form right above Devil Mountain. These were spread in such large quantities that they could be seen from quite a distance. Now, a signal spread all around, following which more and more alien spaceships were gathering. Shortly after, there was an entry of the aliens' mothership, which was more than 10 times larger than the entire Devil Mountain. The big spaceship was now slowly coming to land in position, as they received signals from humans and were welcoming them. Lackham began to ask Roy what he had seen in his visions that led him towards Devil Mountain. Roy didn't answer this and kept looking towards the spaceship. After planning the spaceship, its door was opening, from which many people were coming out. Actually, these were the same soldiers who had disappeared during World War II. These ships and helicopters were found in the desert, and it seemed that the aliens had left them alive. It was surprising that the age of all these kidnapped people remained the same from World War II. In them, Jaren Sunbury was the one who would be very happy to see Jaren. The aliens were leaving those people who had been kidnapped safe, and after that, suddenly some alien-type creatures came out of the spaceship. They were much smaller in size than humans, but their brain was very big. After coming out, Lackham communicated with them and said that all of them could take someone from us for research. That's why now capable researchers and astronaut teams were called who would go on this mission with aliens. Roy had also joined the research team now. The small aliens were watching those researchers quite well. Finally, after leaving all the experienced persons from the aliens, Roy was chosen to take him on his mission. That means Roy would now go on the spaceship with aliens and learn all the living things on their planet. Lackham was talking in symbolic language with aliens and was also thanking them. Now Roy would be inside their spaceship, after which the mother spaceship along with small spaceships was also released in the depths of the sky. And with this, our story ends here.